Live and recording. Looks like it's both. All right, yay.
I will watch the phone. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to Intuition of the Soul. We are so excited. We are multinational today, and we have Florentine here from Bubbles of Your Soul to do our wonderful presentation. I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to this because I feel personally, and I know a lot of people have been talking about the energy is on this precipice. Something big is changing for all of us. And so having effervescence for your soul is exactly what I am up for doing. It feels like I know because of Pluto being in retrograde, we are cleaning out. We are pulling the gunk out. We are turning those structures internally over the next 5 months. And things that you've done in the past 5 months are going to be now worked on internally. So it's a pretty cool time. So without further ado, we are live. We have people watching us.
I just want to say that bubbles to me mean like just a childlike wonder. When I'm thinking of the bubbles, I get all like, oh, I'm just so excited. And that's what it's bringing to me is just a renewal, that childlike, that inner child's coming up. So I'm excited too. It's going to be great.
It's great. So welcome, Florentine.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here. I feel honored and blessed. And it's nice as well, Amy, you're talking about bubbles, because to me as well, it is that joy. And effervescence for your soul is joy as well. And to me, joy is our divine birthright. And it's a way of reaching into our most brilliant self, of tapping into it. And it's not to say that it's always easy to reach that joy, because it's the deeper inner divine joy, and that bubbles through to the surface. And as well, our insights bubble up to the surface, and that's what the effervescence for your soul modality is all about. Once I left my career as a law professor, and this has been 30 years back, so quite a while, and I began to travel the world. And while doing so, I learned from the world's foremost spiritual, energetic, and psychological teachers. And while I have been supporting my clients for the last 20 plus years as a licensed intuitive spiritual coach, therapist, I've noticed that people always carry their wisdom, their answers within. So, and they are being way-showed by the issues coming up in their daily life, the challenges they have been given to deal with. And to me, those are the treasures we are given. Those are the bubbles too. Because when we have the courage to go deep, to dive deep under the surface into those emotional watery realms of our subconscious, we get to learn why we meet all those issues, those challenges, that dense energy. And when we clear that up, when we learn to uncover them, and then to recognize them, to accept them, and to look where are they dated, where do they come from, and then to shift them, then those nuisances become and the things that have been hindering and limiting us, and we all know them. They are like that voice in our head telling us we're not good enough, or we're not being seen or heard, or time after time after time we met the same difficulties, and we say yes to things we want to scream no to, but we like to be well behaved, all those things, all those subconscious matters. And I think most people don't realize that as soon as we turn 35, we are being governed for 95% by our subconscious. And that's just fully automatic. So we run on automatic. And therefore I applaud all the people in groups like here and everywhere, because mostly ladies, I have to say, I meet more women doing this work than male people, because they really want to get out of that gilded cage. They really want to go deep down and allow those bubbles to come up. And well, and that's where, and then I developed my unique psycho-spiritual effervescence for your soul modality. And that combines really everything I've learned, I've read, all the experience. Of course, I'm getting older, so my life experience is there too. And that helps humans and animals alike, because I have broadened it some years back to the animals as well. Well, to feel that bubbly energy and to be that joy, to be that most brilliant self as we set out to be when we set out and prepared to come into its life. So as Kitty was talking about Pluto and retrograde, and I'm not an astrologer, but it's, to me, these are exciting times. And we really need to be aware. We need to be aware, who are we? What kind of energy do we run? And not to judge ourselves, but to play with it. I have an example. I've been given a class about anger. Anger is an emotion we all have, but we kind of suppress it, or we explode. And there's a lot of theory around this. But anger basically is an emotion, and it's guiding us to go deeper. Why is that anger there? What does it show it to us? So, and then the joy can come in, because we are being helped by it. We have so much guidance in our life, and the symbols, everything, our guides, but our emotions are one as well, and our feelings and our issues. So, well, and that's the exciting thing for me of Bubbles for Your Soul. And that's where I assist people with, so their most brilliant self can bubble up to the surface, just like that, and catch lights. And yes, and as I said, the effervescence for your soul modality, and I liked the sound, and I really had to practice at effervescence, because but I read it and I was thinking, oh, this is beautiful. The lightness of it spoke to my soul. And for me, it's a three-leveled approach, and it's not clearly defined. And I have first to say, well, I use this when I work with people, one-on-one, groups, programs, things like that. But I use it as well for animals nowadays. And those three levels are, because I am that licensed therapist, but as well an animal communicator certified energy tracker and a shamanic practitioner. And the first level for me is always the most physical. We need to take care of our rest. We need to take care that we get proper food, that we relax, and sometimes that we just, all that physical stuff, that we take the vitamins we need, or the all that kind of stuff. The second layer for me is more the energetic approach. So the Reiki, the chakras, our energy system, our aura, all that kind of things, and their legion, and they can be helped by crystals and herbs and everything. And then the third one, and that's really the psycho spiritual layer, and that's the one that I invite people to get all their courage and just to look within, to go deep within, and know that you are being guided, that you are being helped. Always a connection with the spiritual world, with our higher self and our guides and all the angels and Mother Earth. So it's not a one woman job. It's something we are ready to address, and and then the animals comes in. Our animal companions can come in. When you look at your animals, they do mirror us. Everything mirrors us. I mean, so within, so without, and so do our animals. And the biggest gift we can give to our animals and everyone around us is to be in that calm, happy, well, knowing ourselves space. Because then we don't need to pull on their energy, and we don't allow them to pull on our energy. And that's the same with animals. When issues comes up with animals, and they might be passed over, they mirror us. They tell us, okay, yes, prepare, be ready, because it's time to address this. When I meet a dog with an inner puppy issue, and I meet them, because things happen. with doggies and kittens, and when they're still with their mom, then it's a signal for their mom or dad to address that issue in themselves as well. And my point, if you don't clear up the underlying layers of what's happening or what's getting into your reality right now, you can just wave that magic wand and think, okay, it's over and done with, but it will re-enter. It will re-enter your life. It will pop up again at times you really don't want to have it pop up, or you want it, but it will come up for you time after time, and probably more forceful, till you have worked the underlayer layers. And it's never done. That's maybe the bad story. Our work is never done. And for me, that's the beauty of it. So yeah, two sides.
Well, I love how you said, you know, like the three phases, like first you're looking at, you know, your physical, and then the energy, and then the spiritual. I like how that breaks it down, because it's just a nice way. I mean, I think a lot of us, you know, it's easier for us to see the physical needs and things that we have, even if we're not always doing them, but that's a little easier for us. And even energetically, I think that is, you know, maybe easier for some people, but then to have those both in line, you know, to be able to go up to the spiritual level, I think is just really important. So I really like how you said that. That really resonated with me.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and to me, I think it. Well, of course, I've been taught, and my first mentor, she was a wise woman, a mystica, a Dutch woman, and she was very down to earth. When I started this work, I was 27. I really was in a very bad place at that very moment, and she was really down to earth. So she told me, okay, we can do all that work, but you need to take care of your vessel, of your bodily needs. And yeah, to me, it's a touchstone. And of course, we all have been given some issues, but as long as we are in this body, we can do things to make it more healthy. And it's different for everyone. It's highly individual as well. I mean, for one person, it might be perfect to be completely vegan. And for another person, it might not work because they really they don't get the right nutrients out of it or things like that. So you should always look at your own basic level. And well, there are a lot of people out there qualified to help you find out. So I do more as well with the animals. I can tell, okay, just make sure that you take that normal self-care, that you put it in place, and maybe dive a little bit deeper. But of course, for real physical problems, go to the medical arts or the people who are qualified, because that's important. But when you don't have that foundation, you can put in all the work you want, but for me, it doesn't work. You really should know how to address your own needs and what they're telling you. So yes, I think it's exciting work.
Kitty, you're muted, sorry.
It came up to tell me. I just the idea of this, the effervescence. The sound is very pleasing to me. That shh, and that it can turn all of these things, because I often feel like when you talk about the layers, that there are so many mini layers that kind of go off to the side, and things get kind of stuck. You know, like when you take the lid off something and you look around the rim and you go, ew. You know, that's kind of how. I like the idea of effervescence, you know, scrubbing bubbles, basically. The idea of scrubbing, yeah.
Yeah, that fishiness, and it just takes it all. So it can all float up to the surface and be addressed, come into the light and be addressed, and be turned around into that strengthening ourselves, that treasure, that being aligned, and live our fullest self, brilliant self. So yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, so the fishiness, the joy, it's all there. So yeah, and as well, I think it's always nice to, even in the hardest times, and of course I meet people who are in hard times as well, it's always good to have that lightness there, to remember, okay, you're here now, but you are more than this. You are, I just read something, I think Cynthia posted somewhere, and it's about you are the observer of something, what's happening. You are, well, you are in the world, but don't identify too much. So get that sense of perspective. And to me, the bubbles and that fizziness and that effervescence, that brings that forward to me. And there should be laughing and joy is, they are very profound and very healing, and they can give so much strength and well, not willpower, yes, power. So that's that's what I really love to. And of
I
course,
love that.
and it's of course it's always turning back inwards. What does your wisdom tells you? What does your heart tells you? And to know what is me and what belongs to someone else. Most of us are empaths, and it's very hard for us to discern this feeling, what's coming into me. Is this mine, or did it come in from the neighbor or the cashier in the checkout line? You know, and it really pays off to pay attention to it and to repeat certain practices in your life. And I mean, I like to guide you through chakra exercise if you like to, but it's very basic. Chakra work is very basic, but it's like that baseball player. He needs to practice day after day, and those are the same exercises. Or a ballet danceress, she's going to do the pliés and everything for the rest of her life, and probably she started when she was 4, practicing pliés, but she needs practicing, because otherwise she can't evolve. And that's the same with us. So it really pays off to pay attention to those both basic needs we all have, and to know, okay, I feel it's nice when we feel happy without a real reason. But when we feel off, when we feel out of balance or overly tired because we take on that energy from others, it doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't serve anyone to take their loads on our shoulders. It just makes them less empowered and less resourceful and less everything. I've noticed lately that we tend as well to take away the pain from others, to carry it.
Yeah.
And we underestimate beings. We really underestimate other people, other spiritual beings, because they need to go through it. And when we try to get it from them, we take away their possibility for growth and further tapping into their brilliant selves. So it's all, know who you are, know what's your energy, and make sure it's pure. Make sure that you are who you are. And of course, I stumble and I fall. Everyone stumbles and falls, and we pick ourselves up and we go on. But it helps that nowadays, when I know, but I felt perfectly all right, and now what's happening? And I know, okay, the youngest entered the house, and when the youngest enters the house, we all need to know what kind of mood she brought with her today. And well, it's how
No,
she.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't serve when I go with her moods, because it only makes me very irritable. and that doesn't serve anyone here. Yeah. So that's, yeah.
No, that's a really good point. Practice, number one. You can't say that enough to be able to, practice anything. Just like the point you were saying, baseball player, ballet dancer, practice is the key. But if you know your energy super, super well, like you're talking about, then it's really easy for you to say when something comes over you. Like the message I always ask myself is, does this belong to me? Because number one, it comes suddenly and for no reason. So that by knowing my energy, I can go, is this mine? Does this belong to me? And if it doesn't, then I can release it, and I can release it with love, back. So that's really important, to have that real self-awareness about your energy, so that when you are pulling it in from someone else. The other point that you said that I think is beautiful is, when we try to take away someone's pain, we almost take away their learning about why they have it. So I thought that was like a really good point, that you made.
Yes, and I like to add as well with the does it belong to me or not? Because that's really the thing we should all ask ourselves continuously. It's what I've noticed with as well inner child's work and limiting beliefs and all that kind of stuff, those fragmented, wounded parts of us, that when people do those, they go through all this, a lot of programs. And most people I meet in my my bubbles, they are not exactly beginners. They have addressed their issues before and before and before. And at a certain point, it has been transmuted. And then there's a point, and then we can ask, okay, does this belong to me? Or does this belong to an ancestor? Or a genealogical, genealogical lines, other lifetimes, things like that. And then as well to clear the last layer and to, well, to bring it back to them, so they can heal as well again on their level, and we don't need to schlep it with us again and again and again. And it's so healing and making ours empowered to be able to do that, to do all this work and to grow and to be that joy. So yes, it's,
Wow, that's really, that's an aha for me. I often think of I heal my ancestors and I call back those pieces of myself, but I think about going back in time for myself, but the idea that I heal it and then hand it back to them, I think I've forgotten that piece. Here, it was yours to begin with. Have it back.
yes,
You know, I still tuck it somewhere, that whole idea that I carry other people's things, but I don't at all send it back. Like, wow, I probably should send it back. It was yours to begin with. Here you go.
Yes, and don't and with love and openness, but you don't need to take care how they will deal with it, because they have their team of guides and everything. That's theirs. It's totally up to them. It's not for us to deal with that. But as well, we are all standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. So when they get healed on that level, automatically we will heal on a completely different level as well. And we don't always need to know how it works, as long as it works. And it does work, in my experience, because this is what Spirit showed me, and it's a powerful tool to use.
Yes, love that.
That's very cool. I know I'm going to be thinking about that all day now. Like, oh, you know, I
had it back.
you know, you can have it back. I mean, I think about, I heal my ancestors, but I never think about, here you go, have it back. I call my pieces back, but I don't necessarily send them their pieces back.
No, and
No,
you
it's
when you
great.
look, and when you look at them, when you notice them, when you hand it back, you can sense their relief. It really shifts something in your ancestors too. It or the other. It's just because they missed it. They missed out on it, and they really, some pieces are being sent back, and they are getting more healed, whole, and it's a beautiful tool.
Very cool.
Oh. Did you have any questions, Kitty? Is there any?
I was looking down at my phone. Sandra said she's so happy to hear this. She's been picking up so many energies from people around. Oop, disappeared. Where's my chat? There it is. Right now, and recognizing it as others, I am letting go, but had no idea to send it back. Yeah, to me, that's such a aha, because I've been thinking I heal my ancestors, I ask them for help, but yet I'm still carrying around all of their pieces with me, versus here, I helped you heal it. Now, have it back. Make more space for what I need at this point.
And as well, it will heal all their, when it happens, let's say an ancestor somewhere, say in 800, something like that, it heal all the others coming after them because they
Yeah.
have taken it with them. So it's a whole chain reaction.
Yeah.
What's being changed for the better, but on a higher level. So it has nothing to do with willpower. It has everything to do, okay, give it back. And Sandra, just hand it back to the people. When it doesn't belong to you, just tell me, okay, I'm handing it back. This is it. Yeah. And make sure, well, shielding is always good, but to make sure to put your own boundary from that place of within, so it can flow naturally. So we don't need to put those boundaries with with our willpower, but just it will flow from our inner strength forward, and they will not be able to cross it, because let's face it, it's impolite to put their energy on your shoulders.
Well, they miss their opportunities, but I know in past life work, I've heard about that perhaps I was a wealthy person at some point, but I didn't use it well. And I carry that with me, and that idea, well, I'll be a wealthy person again, but I'll do it well. Here, you can have this piece back. That was your karmic piece that I'm working on healing, but have it back. To me, that's a tremendous aha kind of piece when I look at things that have gotten in my way. Anyway, you're going to do a little meditation for us, but do people want to stop here if they have any questions they want to ask? The folks can unmute, and I've got my trusty phone in front of me for the online folks. So anybody have any questions they wanted to ask or comments to share? Birds chirping. So
we're all just soaking it in.
I think so. That's a huge one for me. Like, oh, there's a whole other piece there that just never occurred. And it makes sense then in the 3 levels that at each level there's something I give back, whether it's a physical ancestral thing, whether it's an emotional, energetic thing, and then again in that spiritual level. There are 3 levels of things I can hand back that I might have taken in with me that kind of all affect each other. Wow.
Possibilities. Yes.
Right. So.
Yeah. Okay, then I'd like to invite you for a short meditation. So please close your eyes. Go and sit in an upright position. And we're going to do a fundamental practice, chakras. And I know I think everyone here knows about chakras. Sherry, do you? I can't hear me now. And and we all know how to process and to work with our chakras when we are being guided. And my point is, I really want people to be able to work and balance their chakras themselves, to know how they feel when they're open, when they're closed. And saying so, it isn't necessary good to have chakras fully open or whatever. A chakra is a chakra, but you need to be aware how it's turning, how it's balancing, how it's spinning for you at this very moment. So they are highly individual and unique for everyone. There is never a one fits for all, and they're always in movement. They're not stagnant. They can open and close like a flower, and that's what we're going to use today. And we're going to use your breath as well, because energy follows attention, I like to say. And breath is using your breath, inhale, exhale, is a very strong instrument. And first I'd like you to inhale through your nose, fresh new energy. Hold for a couple of seconds. And exhale with sound to let go of all the stuck energy you can let go of today. And hold. And inhale fresh new energy. Hold. And exhale with sound. And hold. And one more round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. And I'd like you to imagine that you're calling back all your energy you have been given away today what has been taken away, everything. You're calling back your own divine energy, and you notice it entering via the top of your head, and it's entering that central channel, running in front of your spine and in the back of your eyebrows. And make sure you allow it to go through on your breath and anchor it in your feet. Don't let it leave your body. You're going to call back your specific, beautiful, divine energy. And notice how you know it's coming back. Do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you hear it? Maybe you smell it, you sense it, or you just trust and know it's there. Allow it to fill you up. And when it's there, when it has reached your eyebrows again, you're going to cap it off. So we're going to use your wisdom to call upon. Excuse me. Now I'd like you to put your attention at the base of your spine where your grounding cord is located. Grounding, so very important. And allow your grounding cord, thick, supple, flexible, to travel through all layers of Mother Earth, who generously allows us to do so. And just notice your cord growing, pathing the root systems of the grasses, the bushes, the trees, passing through the waterways, the siltways, the layers of rock and crystals, and down it goes, down, 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 till it reaches the core of Mother Earth, and make sure it's anchored there with a noticeable click firmly. So Mother Earth can use this grounding cord to send up her beautiful, empowering energies up to you, that crystalline energy. And she's giving you unconditional love and her knowledge that you can do it. And all you need, she's nourishing you. And up, 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 her energy goes, and it's entering via the soles of your feet. And up, 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 through your body, around your body, up, 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 leaving your body, just at your crown chakra. And up it goes, past the suns, the moons, the stars, the universe, other universes, till it reaches the realms of all that is. And from there, the divine cascades its beautiful energy down, 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 cascading over you, through you, and taking all with you, what you don't need anymore. And these two energies, they're clearing you, cleansing you, and actually they're forming a natural shield. And just, I'd like you to pay your attention now to your ground chakra. And when you wriggle a little bit in your seat and feel yourself sinking in a little bit deeper, you connect to your ground chakra. And just imagine your root chakra, I'm sorry. Just imagine your root chakra as a red flower. And envision this red flower. It's sitting on a stalk. Its roots are deep buried into Mother Earth. And how do you connect to this red flower? Are the petals open? Are they a little bit closed? Are they still in bud? How does your root chakra show itself to you? How do you sense it? How do you see it? How does it feel? And when you connect to it, do you feel you like to have it a little bit stronger? Maybe a little bit less strong? Just adjust. Just imagine you're turning on a knob and you are opening it more or closing it more, filling it up with more red, or just fading out the red a little bit. It's a flower, a beautiful red flower. And then allow the energy to travel up to your sacral chakra, a few inches under your navel. Beautiful orange apricot color is normally its color, but you can use any color what comes up in you. And it's the color like the sea when the sun is setting. And you see that beautiful orange hue. It's the water chakra. It's where the emotion, where the sensuality, sexuality, the life, the joy of life lives, creativity. And just connect to this sacral chakra and envision it, imagine it, and imagination is the language of our soul as a beautiful apricot colored flower. And once again, how does it make itself known to you? Is it fully open? Is it a little bit closer, closed? Just look at it and feel into it. What kind of feeling does it give to you? And adjust if you feel like it. Or maybe it's just perfect for now. But know, be aware how your sacral chakra shows itself to you. Make itself known, the energy. And then we travel up to the solar plexus above the navel. Yellow. To me, it's beautiful yellow, like sunflowers. And the element of fire has its place here. Manifestation, willpower. And it helps when you envision, when you put your hands on your stomach. Just put your hands on your stomach to get more in touch with your solar plexus. And when you just pull out your hands a little bit, you can play with your inner fire. Where does it feel comfortable to play with that fire? Where do you lose contact with the fire inside? Do you like it when the fire is just bright, fiery, or do you like it a little bit more dimmed? Connect to your solar plexus and allow the flower to form for you. And allow its openness, its closeness, its being tight, its unraveling, and adjust till it feels perfect for you. And now your root, sacral, and solar plexus are running as they should for now at this very moment. Travel up to your heart chakra. Beautiful green, tinted with pink, and it helps to put your hands on your heart. And compassion lives there too, and love. Just imagine your hands on your heart and you're stretching them a little bit before you, cupped, palm faced upwards. And in it, in your hand palms, there lives a little bird, a little kitten, a baby, anything you can shower with love, what opens your heart automatically. Just feel the tender energy, the beautiful tenderness, the vastness of the tender and the beauty of love. And allow this to enter your heart again by bringing your hands back to your heart chakra. And be aware that the love you shower others with is the love you need to shower self with. And now, just check what kind of flower and in what form is making itself known to you to connect to. The greenish, the pink, maybe a total different color. It's all perfect. No judgments here. And adjust. If you like to adjust it, maybe you like it a little bit more green, a little bit more pink. Maybe you like it more like an melon tourmaline, the colors fading through each other. Just maybe you like some more sparkle. Just allow and adjust. We are such powerful creators. And from your heart, you travel up to the throat chakra, turquoise. And it's here where we use our truths, where we use our voice to tell our truths. It's a heart chakra for a lot of people. We are so used to be silenced, to not speak up. And now we're going to adjust that throat chakra, that blue, turquoise blue. And maybe when you're there, you notice dolphins playing in the water, in the ocean water. The ocean water colors are there. And connect to the flower living in your throat chakra, symbolizing your throat chakra. And look, how does it look today? How do you notice it? Does it need a little bit more space? Does it want to reach out more to hearing better? Because clear audience lives here too. Just notice, connect, notice, allow, and adjust if you want to. It's all about your experience. And then we travel up to the third eye chakra, the visions, the clear seeing. Such an important chakra. To me, it's indigo blue, indigo black, velvet black, indigo, shot with golden and silver stars. And connect to your third eye chakra. And sometimes it helps just to put your finger on it and to press a little bit so it will open a little bit more. Just get out of some obstacles, some mists, some feels. And then you let go of your finger from your forehead and just feel and connect to that place. And what kind of flower comes in for you right now? How does it show itself to you? You don't need to know the name of the flower, just how does the flower show itself to you? And do you feel comfortable with it as it is now? Is this the best? Is this belonging to you for right now? And again, no judging. There's no good, there's no bad. It is as it is. Only when you feel you like to adjust it, do so. Imagine you're turning a knob. You're making it wider, smaller, tighter, anything you want to. And then you travel up to your crown chakra. And when you've done the work, your crown chakra will be automatically open. Beautiful to me, white, light, lavender colored, golden light. It's like a fountain and it's connecting us to all that is. But maybe you like to open the petals and to meet the lotus flower always. Maybe you like to add some more petals. Maybe you like to close it a little bit because you're just done for today. Maybe you like to open it more so the petals are drooping around you, which is a beautiful visualization too if you want to open your crown chakra even more. Just allow and expect your higher self, your guidance to come in to adjust all to its most desired space for today, for right now. Now just take an overall scan. How do you feel? How are your chakras running right now? Just travel, like on the stair, you go from your crown chakra to your third eye chakra, to your throat chakra, to your heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, root chakra. Are you still properly grounded, anchored? Very important. And just allow the energies to run through you and around you, and leveling you up, activating you to your next level of your most brilliant self. When you feel comfortable, please return to the here and the now. And know you can do this every time you think of it. And nowadays I can just do it like click, 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 click. And I know it's all adjusted as it should be for that very moment. And wriggle a little bit in your seat, stretch a little bit, wriggle your toes, your hands. And I like to make sure that everyone's back again. Yeah, hi Marie. Sandra. Okay, there you are.
I'm having trouble getting my video back on, but I'm here.
Okay, great. Yes, I don't want to leave you there somewhere in the middle. Yes, thank you. And
Yeah, I'm here. Beautiful. Thank you.
That
You're
was
welcome.
nice.
Yeah, and Maria is there too. Great. So this is just a way I set out to feel the effervescence for your soul and to source your brilliant self and everything like that. And it's always the most fundamental thing to work with, our energy system.
Yeah. And a good point that sometimes they need adjusting. They can be open too much, or, and so I like that, how, you want to open it, but then you want to adjust it to where it feels right for your energy. That's a good point.
Yes, and when I
Remember.
was being trained as a chakra therapist years back, there was that was in a group, and that was firmly linked to Guru Mai, and Guru Mai is the one Elizabeth Gilbert wrote about in her book years later, and I got my chakra certification through a group linked to her, and her guru, and there was a man, and every time because we needed to practice, right? You need to practice on others as well. And every time he practiced, and my second chakra closed automatically. And he kept telling me, you should open it. Something is wrong with it. And I was thinking, what am I doing wrong? And years later, I realized that I didn't feel safe with that person. I really didn't feel safe. I didn't trust him. So my chakra did automatically the best thing to save me. It closed down. No information to share. So so I really shifted in my awareness that chakras should always be fully open. There's no need for them. They really know well how to run and how to be of best service to us. But of course, we need to know, how do we feel best? So sometimes when they're closed, it's perfect, but sometimes you don't want to close because you want to, I don't know, want to go out on a date, or I don't know what you want to do, but sometimes it pays off to pay attention, a little bit more attention. So that's, and when you want to be creative, it pays off to have your second chakra adjusted to a higher level, so that you can just flow and bubble through.
That's a great description of what I felt was things bubbling through. We had Tamara jumped on and said, wow, she just popped on and she couldn't stay, but the energy was massive. Her heart chakra started swirling instantly. Christine said that was awesome. Sue said it was swirling and sparkling like a train steam engine at work. Wow, cha 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 cha, all working nice. Stussy said that was beautiful meditation. Camille, thank you. She had to get off, but that was pretty. I also think sometimes when we do a group, especially the group that tends to come in for this stuff, that's an amazing. I don't always want to come back, folks. I kind of want to sit there with all of your energy and stay in the meditation, because that was quite wonderfully clearing. Robin said, flow, bubble through. She loved it. Yeah. That was very powerful.
Yeah.
So, that's why I like group meditations anyway. So, now I'm kind of mellow for questions.
I know.
Anyway, so let's open it up. Come on, folks. Anybody want to say anything or share?
The flower image is nice too when you're thinking about, you know, opening it or getting to feel of where it's at and where you want it to go. I really, really liked that that flower image, you know, associated with the chakras.
Yes, and to me it makes it more accessible. For a lot of people, chakras are quite abstract,
Yeah.
and a flower is more accessible, and as well there's joy. For me, there's so much joy in flowers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I laughed a bit when you said you don't have to know the name of it, because I was sitting there trying to think the name of the flower, and then as you said that, delphinium came to me. I'm like, that's the flower, you know. Yeah, that's the flower. So that was pretty good. But yeah, at first they all seemed to see the same, and then all of a sudden different flowers. It was pretty powerful. Like my feet are still tingling.
Yeah. I think Sandra had a comment. Can you see her comment, Kitty?
Yes.
Yeah, Sandra said, my red flower was a lotus. Never have seen a red lotus before. It burst open with vibrance. Yay, that's pretty.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. And I've seen a red lotus once in Thailand.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I think or maybe it was very deep pink, but it showed itself as red. So beautiful. Yeah. I love that, Sandra, for you. Yeah.
It's interesting to hear. I know that for my heart chakra, I got those bright pink impatiens. You get the New Guinean patiens, the ones that can take the sun and the heat, because they have that bright green and that bright pink. So that's a nice image when I try to go down versus just a twirling light. It is hard to sometimes. It is more abstract. I love the flower idea. I do. I really think that that's great.
And that the flower can be any flower that they, you know, they resonate with or that comes to their mind. It doesn't have to be the same flower, you know, in just different colors. It can be any flower. So that's really
and
cool.
they can change time after time. You can get another flower. So that's
Yeah.
it's not written in stone. It's just a way to exist them. And Marie said, I've seen beautiful roses. Yes, they're always beautiful roses. Yeah, I love them. I get a lot of roses too. Yeah.
Yeah. Cinnamon said her heart chakra looked like a red with black pansy. Couldn't change it to green no matter what I did. So that means that's her color.
Yes, that's okay. It's hard. It is as it is. No judgment. It's perfect. And black is a very strong, powerful color. The void is black. There's so much being born in black, getting ready to come to the surface. So there might be something in our heart chakra what's ready to be, still forming. Let's put it this way. So it's beautiful. Yes. So don't change it to green. Just accept as it is. It's all about accepting and trying to get your wise wisdom through.
Yeah, because actually, I think it was Cinnamon who was at a meditation recently that talked about the black is you untwist the black and you get all the color.
Yes. Yeah.
So I love that image.
Yeah, it's like our pixie, our fur baby. She's black. She's asleep. Let her stay asleep for a while. But when you look at her in the sun, you see all those beautiful rainbow colors in her how do you call it? Skin.
Fur.
Fur. Yeah, that's the word. Yes, the fur. So there's so much. It contains all colors, black. So all the possibilities are there.
Robin said, Sandra, it was no surprise, Leo friend. I also got a fully open red lotus flower root chakra. Oh, I think Sandra fell off.
No, she had to go. Yeah.
But she hopefully she'll see that. Florentine, I want to say, I don't have to say, but I love listening to you because it's having grown up with a Dutch father. I just love it. There's such a comfort for me in that to begin with anyway. So, but this has been, just that whole effervescence has been amazing opening idea. You know, that's a sound I can use. That's an image I can use. And for me, I don't know about other people, I need other pieces sometimes to get myself grounded and not, be thinking about the laundry list or the fact that the blower's going outside or all of those things.
Yes, I
It's
agree. Yeah.
it's really important. Florentine, you'll send me. I have your website. When we post this, we'll post your website if other people want to get a hold of you. And we have just a couple minutes later. Anybody have a comment or want to say something? It's interesting. Coffee is important in the morning. It's your afternoon, but so many of us are very early, sitting here. Go ahead, Sherry.
Coffee.
I missed like half the meditation because my computer was frozen. So I will be sure and watch it on the replay because what I came into was just beautiful. So I will watch the whole thing.
And Maria says, thank you, such a great meditation and conversation. And Marie said, thank you, very uplifting, much needed today. Yeah, very much so.
And the best part about having people come in and talk is just to hear their experiences and how they look at things. And, I can't help but learn something every time. Not that I know everything, but it's just, you know what I mean? That they come in and they talk about how they do something and it sparks something in me to go, oh, I never thought of that. So thank you for all your wisdom. It was really great. I learned a lot.
And the other thing I think I'm learning from all of these and from all of you is to listen. And I may not agree, I may not see it the same way, but it allows me that step back that you're talking about, Florentine. What's mine? What's theirs? It's another practice in doing that so that in my everyday life, when I get sucked into the vortex at times, I can go, oh, wait a minute, this is what we practice this, there are things that work for me, things that don't. And it gives me that discernment in the moment. So I really appreciate it. And I'll be thinking about the 3 levels today too. Oh, is this a physical let go? Is this a energetic let go? Or is this a spiritual letting go? So that's very helpful.
Yeah, and I like to add again that it's, there is not a one fit for all. So it's always, we are also multifaceted, like that brilliance. And as Amy said as well, there's always something, and everyone's illuminating a facet on their specific way. And as well as does it work for me? Doesn't it work for me? That's very individual, or do I agree with it? And highly personal as well. And to me, that sense of allowing yourself to be the one you are, and not to go with the others because it's supposed to, or you should, but to stand in your own truth. That's to me the magic of the effervescence for your soul and activating your brilliance. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want to, can I add something about my website? Because
sure.
If people hops on bubblesforyoursoul.com, there is a free gift, and it's a Traveling with Explorer, and it's all about symbols, how to understand the messages our guides are giving us, the divines are giving us, and to dive deeper. So to get a head start on that. And I think it's a guided meditation journey too. And to me, it's a beautiful way to connect even more to our divine wisdom. So I wanted to mention that because, I think it's a beautiful journey.
Thank you. That's great.
That's great. I absolutely love that. We like the word 3 anyway, but the symbols are something, actually, Amy and I have been talking a lot about recently and things coming through. So that is a spectacular thing to do. We've got a lot of thank yous coming. Dusty said it was a great way for her to start her day because she's on the West Coast. Robin says we all have our own special. Sue says Danke Florentine, and I will say Danke Val. So Danke Val. So much for coming, and it's just such a pleasure to have you here, and we look forward to a long period of time. And so thank you very much. And please check out our website and get that freebie. So take care.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you. Bye.
you, Florentine, very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. It was an honor.
Thank you so much.
You're recording.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off.
And you're still online too.
Oh yeah. Let me take all of those. Hi everyone. So let's stop the live stream. Okay. You know,
And
and
stop the recording.
and stop the record. You know, the recording button